Hi, I'm Sadie, an assistant professor of AI and decision making at the State University of New York. Welcome back to the second video of this series. Last time, we explored core differences between large language models and AI agents. Now we are going hands-on. In this video, I will walk you through building a calendar scheduling agent in N8N, one that can create, update, delete, and check availability in Google Calendar. This is a real-world example of AI agents because it uses tools, make decisions, and also maintain context across tasks. By the end of this video, you will have a fully functional AI agent that is ready to be connected to chat platforms like Telegram. If you haven't watched the first video of this series, I highly recommend you checking it out before continuing. Before we dive in, let's talk about N8N as a no-code platform for building AI agents. N8N is a workflow automation tool that allows you to connect various services to automate tasks without coding. When it comes to AI, N8N offers multiple options. One is language models and the other one is AI agents. In the model we are going to build today, we are going to use both of them. Let's set up our project on N8N. To get us started, go to n8n.io website. You need to create an account if you don't have any, and you will have 14 days of free trial. I believe that is enough for you to figure out if this tool is proper for your purpose. So you can sign in, and after you sign in, you will see a page like this, but yours is going to be obviously empty. Start a new workflow. So create workflow on the top corner is where you should click, and you will see a page like this. This is what your AI agent is gonna look like after you finish building it. So let me explain different parts of it, and then I'm gonna start building it from scratch, providing you with every detail you need to build your own. We obviously need a trigger node that receives a message through a chat application. That message can be text message or voice, so the switch node kind of separates them depending on their type. This AI agent node is where everything happens. So the magic is basically happening here. Our AI agent requires to have a model, which is the brain of our AI agent, also requires to have memory, and finally multiple tools. And after this AI agent, we need another Telegram node that kind of sends us a confirmation regarding whatever action has been done through this process. When you want to start, you obviously need to decide what chatbot you want to use. I want to use Telegram because I believe the process of connecting it to the workflow is very easy, but you obviously can either use the chat trigger here in N8N, or you can use any other chat platform such as WhatsApp. Click on this plus sign and your options are gonna pop up. To start a workflow, you need a trigger. You have many options for triggers on Telegram. I would like to have a message trigger, and after that this page will pop up, and here you need to connect your Telegram account to this N8N workflow. I already have a Telegram account, but I'm gonna start a new one to show you how it works. You click on create new credential and this page will pop up. For this page, you need an access token. One of the good practices in coding and any other platform is to properly naming your nodes or variables. So here, make sure you do the same thing. Let's call it N8N Telegram trigger. Okay, to be able to connect your Telegram account to this, you need to start a new bot in your Telegram account. For that, you need to type bot fodder. Okay, and this will show up. I'm going to click on start. It provides you with a guideline. I'm going to create a new bot, so I'm just going to click on this. All right, a new bot. How are we going to call it? Please choose a name for your bot. Let's call it N8N calendar schedule. Okay, good. Now let's choose a username for your bot. It must end in bot, but it should include the bot at the end of it with okay, let's do it. So it's n8n calendar schedule, and the name is bot. Okay, and it also has the bot in it, and you can see done, congratulations on your new bot. You will find it at okay. And all right, so this is the token. Use this token to access the HTTP AI. I'm gonna click on it, copy it to clipboard, or you can do this. Copy code, and then I'm gonna paste it to here, right? Save. Oh, where is this? It should come here. Okay, now let's test it. I'm gonna test this and see if it works. I'm just gonna click on that session, press start. Hello. All right, nice. It is working. Okay, now we want this Telegram session to accept voice and text messages. If it's text, it's easy. The problem is when we have voice message. So we have to transcribe that voice message, and we can do it using AI. I'm gonna click on this plus sign, and I'm gonna use a switch node. Okay, this is the switch node. When you open it, you see the text message. This is the information of the text message I sent previously, the hello text message. And as you see, it right now is on the schema version. You can see it as a table or JSON, but the schema works for now. Let's focus on that. Our message has an ID, from, and a chat version, and also a date, and eventually a text. So this is basically what I typed, right? I want this. I drag it to this section. So this is the routing rule. I'm gonna say if the text message exists, that's a string. So exist. That's gonna be called the text route, right? And we need another type of input, which is kind of showing the information of a voice message. So let's go back and test it again. Okay, I'm gonna press test workflow. Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see what we have. Here, as you see, we don't have a message anymore. This is red, showing it doesn't exist. Now we have an audio, and we need to start another route, and that route is gonna take our file. All right, so I press on string and exist, and I'm gonna rename it as voice. Okay. Perfect, it is working. Now that we have both of them set up, let's move to the next step. If it is a text, we only need to grab the text of that message and move it to our AI agent. But if it is a voice, we need to download it, then transcribe it. So let's do it. I'm gonna click on the text message. The next node I should use is probably a set node. So with a set node, you can extract information that you want from previous node and pass the pieces you want to the next node. Let's press set or edit field that modifies, adds, or remove item fields. So that's technically what we want to do. Oh, okay, you know what happened? Because the last information or the last message was a voice, we don't have any input for this. If I want input for this, I obviously need to test again. So I'm gonna delete this and test the workflow again. So I'm gonna say today is April 10th, okay? Let's figure out what's going on here. Here, obviously, you can manually map the previous node to this node, Or you can use JSON, which customize item outputs with JSON. We're not going to do it. We're just manually map whatever text message we receive from the previous node to this one. So keep it manually mapped. And then in fields to set, I'm just gonna pass the text from the switch node so it can go to the next node. Let's do this. So you can like pass more than just one field, but here we only need the text message and that's it. So let's test it and see if it works. Okay, so input was everything we received from the switch node, the text branch, and the output is only the text message of that switch node, which is today is April 10th. Working well. Now we've done with that branch, let's move to the voice message. Obviously, I need to download the voice, then transcribe it. So let's do it. For downloading, I still can use a Telegram node. So the message is on Telegram, and I want to download that message from Telegram using a Telegram node. I'm gonna add another node, which is Telegram. Okay, get a file. Okay, so this is the one I want, but obviously you can do, you can delete the chat, edit the text message, pin a chat message. Yeah, so I'm gonna select get a file because I want to download the file I want, and it is already, okay, let me see. What I'm using here is N8N Telegram trigger. When you open this Telegram node, make sure it is connected to the same chat trigger you started this workflow with. So I'm gonna connect it to N8N Telegram trigger. Okay, and then here I'm gonna download a file. So resource is a file, and okay, and operation is get. So we are gonna get the file, and we need a file ID. Okay, but the problem here is because the previous message was a text. Now we don't have any input. Let's put the workflow into another test so we have the proper input we need. I'm going to delete the test and test the workflow. Oops. I received an error which says I need a file ID, but it's okay. I'm just going to type any number to see if it works, and then I'm going to delete this. Okay, it's waiting for a trigger. Today is a beautiful day. All right. Bad request, please check your parameter. Okay, invalid file ID. But I want to, you know what? In the switch, if I can get this file ID and replace this error should go away, and then I can test it. Okay, nice. See, it downloaded my file. Here we need a language model to transcribe that voice message we downloaded, right? And for that, you can use OpenAI. You're gonna see all the options. I want, okay, go down, and there is an option transcribe a recording, exactly what we want to do. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna select that, but there are obviously multiple options. So I'm gonna use transcribe a recording, and this account will show up, right? And here is where you need to use an API code. Technically, an API key is kind of like a key that connects your N8N page to your OpenAI account. That way, they can kind of count the number of times you are using OpenAI services on your N8N platform, and charge you whenever you're using that service, right? Let's see what we have here. So first of all, let's rename it. Good practices, always. Okay, transcribe the text, transcribing text message. I think that's good. Okay, and we need to connect our OpenAI API key to this. So I'm going to click on create new credential. I'm going to rename it Then we also need an OpenAI API key. Go to platform.openai/API keys, type and create new secret key. And remember, these API keys are kind of like your password. You never share them with anybody. I'm gonna call it N8N trigger. All right. Default project, create API key, paste it here. Okay, now it's working perfect. Let's close this, and the resources: audio, transcribing a recording, input data, field name, data, and then I'm going to test it. All right, it's working. Today is a beautiful day. That's exactly what I said. So the process is so far working nicely. But you know what? I didn't give a good name to this project. Let's call it N8N calendar scheduling. And this should be transcribing voice. All right, so far everything looks good. And now we can move to the next step or next node, which is going to be our AI agent. But before doing so, there is one crucial thing we need to do to make sure the flow goes perfectly. And that is figuring out what is the name of output for each of these nodes. For example, get text. Obviously, both of these give us the message, but because their type was different, the name they generated is gonna be different. So I'm gonna test the flow once with a text message to see what is that file name, and also with a voice to see what is gonna be the kind of name of that file. I'm gonna show you how you can use it in your next node. Hello, what day is today, right? And press enter. Okay. And the text message we receive comes with this name. So the outcome has this name, json.message.text. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here because we are going to use it later on. Okay. Text is this. Oops. All right. So this is the name of the message that comes from, or the file or output that comes from the get text file. Then let's test it again. Okay. So it's json.text because, let me show you, because it is, if you look at the output, it's JSON and the next word is text. So let me update my file. Voice is gonna be curly bracket, then $JSON and text. Again, close curly bracket, and this is going to be what we have. So these are two different outputs, one from each branch that goes to the next node. So now I can add my next node, which is going to be my AI agent. Okay, so let's do this. First of all, update the name. Calendar agent, calendar scheduling agent. In the agent type, we have different options. Honestly, always use tools agent, and I can guarantee like it can do most of the jobs you need in these workflows. But if your task is more specific and you think other options would work better, definitely go ahead and select them. Obviously, this is an AI agent or AI tool, and it requires you to give it a prompt. It can either completely come from the previous node, or you can define it below. I'm gonna define it below, change it to expression because we want to enter the file names we got from our tests. There are actually points that you benefit from knowing a little bit of JavaScript here, and honestly it's not too difficult. The files that go through this workflow are JSON. The way it shows it is a $JSON. That's the type of the file. And then you can specify the name. So it's json.message.text for the text branch and json.text for the voice branch. This AI agent should be able to take either of them whenever they arrive, and we need to specify that either of them somewhere along the process, and I'll show you how you can do it. So the first one is JSON dot message dot text, right? We got these from the test we just did, and when we want to show or, we can use these parallel lines. I honestly don't know what they're called. And then again, the other item, which is JSON dot text. The reason it is showing it as red is because we don't have any kind of incident or any test in the workflow. As soon as you test it, one of these are going to become active. You have multiple options, but the first one is system message. System message is basically the prompt you're giving to your AI agent, and it clarifies what it exactly should do. So don't worry about it now. Let's talk about some of the other important things first. So as you might remember from the previous video, we talked about different features in AI agent, and those features are model, memory, and tools. If I test this process, this AI agent cannot do anything because a model is required for it to kind of do the work, and I still haven't done it. So I'm just gonna click. So if you click on this chat model, an add chat model will show up. Click on it, and here, depending on your requirement or like your accuracy or the type of model, you can definitely choose from many options. We have OpenAI chat model, we have Llama, Mistral, or like Google Gemini, DeepSeek. So each of them is good for obviously different tasks. I usually, for a workflow like this, go with Anthropic or ChatGPT, but you definitely can pick the one that is more suitable for your purpose. So I'm gonna go with Anthropic chat model. I have already said everything, and I have connected it to my own Anthropic model, but again, here you need an API code. Again, super easy. Let me show you how you can get your own API key from Anthropic. I've already added my API key, but I'm going to show you. So the website you should go to is consoleanthropic.com, setting keys, and you click on create key, and you can just give it a name. You click on create new credential and enter that API key, and it works. Okay, the same as the previous model, or the previous OpenAI model we used. So here you have the option of changing the temperature. Here, if you want your model to become more realistic and more deterministic, you definitely would want to go with lower temperature. Let's change it to 0.5. I think that's good. All right, so where did it go? I'm gonna move this here. Okay, and now I can connect these two. Calendar. All right, it has a model. Perfect. Let's test that workflow. Hopefully it doesn't give us an error. Okay, what day is today? Okay, let me see. Okay, so as you see, my question is here, was a text message. And as you see, this text section is green now. So everything is working well. And here in the output section, you can see the output and the logs. In the output, it says, I apologize, but as an AI language model, I don't have access to real-time information. Fair. I want, instead of that output message, I receive a Telegram message. So I'm going to add another Telegram node. Okay. I think if you select send a message or send a text message, this should work. Okay. All right. Let me make sure. Let me go back to this. This was an 8N Telegram trigger. So this one should also be an 8N Telegram trigger. resource is message, and operation is send message. We need chat ID and text. But before that, let's update the name. Confirmation communication. Okay, or Telegram. I think this is good. That's a fair name for it. I think it is good. Okay. Okay, for chat ID, let's see what we need. So unique identifier for the target chat or username to find your chat ID as get okay. All right. And then for text of the message. So for the text, we definitely want the output of the AI agent. That's good. So JSON.output. When you like keep working with these JSON files, they become less intimidating. So you can see how easy it is. So it's basically the type of the file, JSON, and the name of the kind of file, which is output here. And let's take care of the chat ID. All right. I think if we go to Telegram trigger and change it to schema, I think the ID we had here, I believe this chat ID should work. All right, let's test it with this. If it doesn't work, nice. Let's test it again. How are you today? It is sending us a message. Good news, right? Okay. So the communication is going on. Now it's time for us to first add memory to our AI agent so it can keep track of our conversation and have some idea about the context. And second, add tools, because those tools are going to help us to create create event, delete event, update event, and do whatever we want. So here again, you see at the bottom in the middle part, we have the memory option. Let's add that. There are multiple options for adding memory, but I usually go with window buffer memory, which is the simplest one, and it's enough for workflows like this. And then again, let me see. Okay, so we don't have a session ID variable here, so let's change it to define below, and the key probably is gonna be chat ID. Let's try chat ID and see if it works. Okay, and context within window, let's change it to 10. So 10 pieces, like 10 messages, like the last 10 messages is something this AI agent would remember. Okay, I think this is good so far. And I'm gonna change the name of it to memory. Okay, all right. And here, Anthropic chat model, I'm gonna just change it to Anthropic. And let's add tools. So for the tools, we need Google Calendar. Let's add create first. If it works well, then we're gonna add the other ones. So I'm gonna add Google Calendar, right? Okay, you're gonna see this. Let's change this to create event. And so main calendar, Gmail, tool description set automatically. Let me read it. Automatically set based on resource and operation, set manually set. No, I think automatically is good. And then resource is event on my calendar. I want to create. You have other options to delete, get many, update, custom API call. We're just gonna create. Okay, so the calendar is the one you pick. I think, okay, so this should work, but I believe you can make it a little bit more accurate. Let me show you how. So again, this is a JSON code. What you can do, you can get rid of this now. Let me test it. Okay, Alright, so you know what happens whenever you type the $sign, it shows all the list of options you have. And if you go down a little bit, under the method, there is one from AI. So obviously we have the AI agent node, and we want the start time of our model to be whatever we receive from AI agent, right? So let's type that. And the key is gonna be, let me see. So the key is a string, and the key or name of the argument must be between 1 and 64 characters long. Lowercase letter, uppercase letter, description. Description is also a string. And okay, so let's do this. We need key and description, and the one that has question mark, they are optional, so you don't have to type them, but you definitely need a key. So I'm gonna type start time and description, the start of the event. But I believe the reason it is red is because we need quotations. Let's try. Yes, now it's gray. Gray is a good color. Okay, you always should be afraid of reds, but here we don't have reds. Okay, and then I'm gonna also change the end time. So let's do the same thing. I'm gonna type from AI, right, and it's gonna be end time and the end of the event, the end time of the event. Okay, again, it is gray and not a good sign. Okay, we definitely can test things now, but our AI agent still doesn't have a prompt. So let's give it a good prompt, then start testing our workflow. For prompting, I usually have a few steps that I go through. So first I start with the role. What is the role of this AI agent? This is going to be a calendar scheduling AI agent. And then I think about the constraints I want this to have. For example, you can't schedule an event during the weekend, or you can't schedule events after 5 p.m. And then we need to determine what is going to be the input of this AI agent. So for now, we have text messages or transcribe of voice messages, right? The tools we're going to use, I want to create, delete, check availability or update, and whatever else you want to do. And then I'm going to give accurate and more detailed instructions, determine what is going to be the output format. So for example, here the output is kind of the event that is a schedule, and then eventually the message, confirmation message I receive through my Telegram chat, right? You also need to think about cases that there might be an error or something missing, so you have to handle that as well. By keeping in mind all of these, I started writing a prompt, gave it to Claude. Claude gave me this prompt, which, as you see, is very brief. Then I asked ChatGPT to improve this prompt. So initially it determines the role of it, which is a helpful, friendly, and reliable calendar message assistant. You can create, update, reschedule, cancel, or check availability. This is the prompt I received. It talks about the role, a helpful, friendly, and reliable calendar management, the tone of conversations we wanted to have, and then the capabilities are listed. A formatting instruction is also listed. Then it goes through all of these actions one by one, provides specific details. For example, for creating, there are some steps and some things that should be included, and also the order of actions this AI agent is supposed to do. And the same thing for deleting, updating, and checking availability. I go back to this, and I'm gonna try to create an event titled workout. location at the gym for Sunday, April 13. Okay, let's see if it works. Certainly, I'd be happy to help you create an event for your workout. I have most of the details, but I need a bit more information. Here's what I have so far. What am I missing is a time for your workout. Good. All right. The time is 10 a.m. Okay, so 10 a.m. And now, because I asked in the prompt for confirmation, it just needs confirmation. And I'm gonna say confirm workout. Let's see if it works. Test workflow. All right, excellent. I've successfully created a workout event in your calendar. Here is a summary. Let's check it out and see if it works. Okay, in calendar. So it's for tomorrow, Sunday. Okay, no. Where is it? I think the problem, you know what the problem is because it doesn't have any idea. I think I know what the problem is. I never talked about the current time, so that's why it hasn't been scheduled. So I added these two to make sure it knows the current time and date. Let's test it again and see if it works. Schedule an event, workout event for Sunday, April 13 at the gym at 10 a.m. Okay, it says, I apologize for the confusion. It seems we might be creating a duplicate event. As we just created a workout event for Sunday, April 13 at 10 a.m. at the gym. Let me double check. The event was just created, has the following detail. If you want to keep the existing event. Okay, you know what? Let's test another thing. You know what? Let's test, because I don't want to update anything at this point. At 10 p.m. Okay. I see now that you want to schedule a different workout event for the same day, but at a different time. Thank you for clarifying. Please reply confirm, and then test it. Okay. It should be here, and it still is not. Oh, it is. But the problem is the title. The title doesn't show. Probably I didn't talk about the title. Let's go back to the AI agent. All right, so there were a few issues with my agent. First of all, the event didn't have title. Second, the location was not clear. To fix them, we can go to the create event node. In the additional field, you can add location. Okay, let's do this. And you can either ask AI to take care of it, or you can define it yourself. I'll show you how to define it yourself for the next item. And then we also need a summary. If you click on the question mark, it shows the title of the event is this. You can either ask AI to figure it out, or you can again use expression from AI. We obviously have a key and description, so let's give it a key and also description. The title of the event. Let's test it. Create a workout event for 5 p.m. tonight at the gym. Okay, let's test the workflow. Okay, to confirm workout 12 April. All right, confirm. I'm gonna send it, test the workflow. Okay, nice. It's working. Now let me show you how you can add the other tools. So I'm gonna add one more. Let's copy this. Create event. This is one. I'm gonna, okay, let's connect this to this. And let's update it with delete. And event ID, I believe, is this, right? And then again, you obviously need to send, all notifications are sent to all guests, obviously, yes. And that's the only option we have. Let's update the name, delete event, rename. Okay, and I'm gonna change this to update event ID. Okay, it's not connected, that's why we can see the event ID. The event ID is this chat ID, or yeah, right. And let's see what options we have. So update field location, again we can do this, summary again. All right, and the other thing we can add is we wanted create, delete, update, and also check availability is another thing we want to add. So I'm gonna, okay, so let's change this to check availability. And this one, get many, retrieve. Okay, so I think get many should be the one. Okay, for these, I actually want AI to take care of them, because I'm gonna say check my availability from this to that time, this time to that time, and then AI is gonna kind of figure it out. All right, check availability, and this is it. Let's connect these to this. Okay, now we created our calendar scheduling agent. It can create, delete, update events, and also check availability. With that memory option, it can maintain context through interactions. Although the focus here is on scheduling and calendar management, you can use the same concept for so many other aspects of your business. Try to build your own AI agent, and if you encounter any issue or have any questions, don't hesitate to drop it in the comment, and I'll do my best to answer it. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more AI automation content.